Okay, Charlotte, many people might be very skeptical to attend a free training. Can you just tell us what your experience was like attending the two-day event?
Yeah, I was really impressed with how much value I got from the event. I told my family it was the best value for 2.5 hours I'd had in a long time on day one. The content was super useful, very easy to follow, and something that I could implement immediately, and I haven't stopped talking about it. It was just really, really a good use of time. Great to interact with other coaches and other people in business as well to see what other people are doing. And I think just amazing value with no pressure and no expectation. It's just not something that you see very often. So I would highly recommend the 2-day training.
Okay, so for me, I have been using it and helping me with put together projects because I have ADHD, and so that part of trying, like, I know what I want to do, but then I end up getting in the weeds when it comes to like mapping out the steps. So I've used it a lot to help me with that. Well, what I learned from this is literally that I can make this my persona and keep going back and talking in the same one chat because this is the person that is becoming, I guess, almost like me. But like what Mary said, me neutralized, not putting the drama into the marketing concept of the thing. Right. And then also the other part that helped was ask when we ask it for the 10 different personas and then the choosing of the two, for me anyway, it helped me narrow down, okay, just for right now, I'm going to focus on these two types of personas to speak to, and it will make it for me, it just calmed more, it helped make things more neutral and calmer and easier and more succinct in my own brain. But I then also did start telling it that I had ADHD so that it would understand and respond to me with its answers and break them down even smaller. So I did start adding that in and directing it to help me understand and do it this way because this works better for my brain, kind of thing. And so I used it that way too.
Hi, I've been using ChatGPT in a dialogue, but I didn't really realize that you can fine-tune it to make it more like you. And further, it helped me narrow down my niche and think about it in a different way. And it came up with a lot of interesting, ideas on how to move forward.
Hi. Everything everybody has said is what I thought yesterday. And in addition, I love the fact that you can tailor it for yourself. And in addition, it really helped me to understand and clear up better some of the conflicting things I've heard about using it. So I think in the way that you showed us yesterday, it really helped to say, yeah, you can use this for, some really cool things. Also, I like the fact that you could submit different things. For instance, if you wanted to test out say the idea of a niche and the feedback you got that was so entirely neutral and might point out some things that you might have not, noticed before. So, yeah.
Sorry, I was a little bit late today. So I, because I had no basis for having used AI or ChatGPT, I didn't really have any anxiety about it. It's talked about a ton in healthcare. There's constantly things that have to do with AI being rolled out in healthcare. I just hadn't taken the time to figure it out, to try to leverage it or use it or to figure out how I might want to use it. So all of it yesterday was brand new to me, and I was so excited. Actually, when we finished yesterday, we had those few extra minutes, which actually worked out well for me because I was going to work for my 7th 10-hour shift in a row. But I was just like bubbling to my children about how this was the most valuable 2.5 hours I had spent in a really long time. And was just so excited about learning the tool and what I could do. And I have my 20 possible lead magnets. And I was just like, this is so amazing. And things that I had been putting off, committing to a lead magnet and developing a funnel and all those things, suddenly feel like, okay, I can do this because now there's some tools that I know that are out there that can be really helpful. And it was, I think, a lot easier than I thought. That's the other thing that I see all the time, even in my Pinterest feed. It's like 20 best chat GPT prompts for coaches or whatever. And I ignore all those things because that didn't really mean anything to me. And now I sort of understand, and I understand the power of asking the right question. I mean, that's like, I do that in my day-to-day job. And so it's then to see how that same thing sort of translates into AI, and how if you just, change the question a little bit, you get a different answer, and you can really leverage that. I was super excited and was talking about it all day yesterday.
So I see AI just like the internet. It's a tool, and it can be used for good or evil. I mean, there's so many good things about the World Wide Web, and then there's a lot of people using it for bad also. So I love it. I use it all the time in my business, and so I'm not afraid of it. But I did enjoy the prompts. I enjoyed just like, I learned a lot of stuff about myself in doing the prompts, because I was kind of following the prompts of the weight loss yesterday, and then it kind of talked about the person that does this or does that, then they have these values, and it just like gave me words to things that I do, and like put words to things that I didn't really understand about myself, but I was like, oh yeah, I do that. Oh, that's so interesting. And it just kind of helps when you can put build a language around it. So I found it really fascinating and interesting what we did yesterday. So thank you.